First of all, thank you for having me. Yep. And I'm probably going to need about an hour, if that's okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, lovely. What I'd like to show today is that, about 5 points really, that free navigation must remain. The claim of navigation expenditure of £275,000 for 2015-2016, which seems to be the year that everyone's using, is vastly overestimated. I would like to mention that I probably did more to notify interested parties about this bill than anyone else, including the promoters. The next ones are going to make you laugh, I think. Certainly made me smile. If we go down the spreadsheet, it says note 5. Note 5, it says Mully Court Bridge. And I was shocked when I saw this, because Mully Court Bridge is not for navigation, it's for cars to drive over the road, over the river. I don't understand why that's even in there. That's a bridge that has no benefit whatsoever to boaters. In fact, it was only put in place because the middle-level commissioners decided to build the main drain across a number of roads in order to pump the water out to St Germans, which you'll see in a minute on my wonderful sketch. And so, because they drove this new drain through, they cut these roads in half, and they had to build some bridges, and this is one of them. So I have no idea why this is even in here, so I've just put that straight down to 0. But with the weeds in the rivers, drains and creeks, when they turn those machines on and they start pulling all the water out, if that water can't flow freely and quickly to the pumping station, it drains the main drain. The drain is completely emptied. So they need these weeds to be out of the waters anyway, because without it, it causes a drainage problem for them. Contacted the Data Protection Commissioner's office in London, and they basically gave me this statement. Personal data must not be disclosed to unauthorised third parties. Unauthorised third parties includes another individual or organisation, family members, friends, local authorities, government bodies, and the police, where the individual has not consented to the transfer unless disclosure is exempted by the 1998 Act or other legislation. There is no general legal requirement to disclose information to the police, and that is the source of the Data Protection Act 1998. So you can't, it's impossible, they cannot, under any circumstances, give this data out, personal data from boaters, to other third parties, including other neighbouring authorities or the police, without express permission from the individual whose data that belongs. But I'm speaking to a lot of these boaters, and they're surviving on a meagre existence. Can you imagine them being turned down for a boat licence, and their only option to get a licence would be to go through a court, to pay for registration? I mean, I don't know if you guys know how much it costs for, I'm sure you do know how much it costs for a lawyer these days. Looking to the man on my left. You know, great value for money. Yeah, they all say that.
And they charge you for so saying.
So yeah, I just think that's crazy. The fact that we're going to have this legislation in place where the boaters would have to go to court to challenge the refusal of a licence.
Waterway, and then, as you quite rightly said, the Duke of Bedford came along. It's interesting, but did not the local population gain better employment by the drainage and the creation of rich farmland, as well as, of course, the Duke of Bedford and his team of adventurers?
I think that as comparable could be said for the Aborigines or the Red Indians. They lost a way of life. Yes, do they get a job at the end of it? Yeah, I'm sure they did. But would they rather it went back to how it was? I think they probably would.
We can't ask them, but thank you very much. That's the thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taylor, for your evidence. I'm going to now take this out. Mr. Taylor, are you okay?
Yep, ready. My lords and lady, my name is Christopher Taylor. I live in a house just outside Peterborough, and I'm a pleasure boater with a rented private mooring near Peterborough on the Kingsdyke Creek, which is out on the middle level. But during spring tides, when the tidal water is higher than the Old Bedford River, natural drainage is not possible. Can you imagine you've got a lot of fresh water in the Old Bedford? It can't drain out into over the weir and over the sluice into the Great Ouse, because the high tides have come back up against the gates, and they're now higher than the water level inside the Old Bedford River. So that water's got to get out. The Bedford River's got to be drained somehow. About how this grey area could be resolved, and I think put it in here that grey areas could be decided independently. Sorry, that's okay. Been attacked.
That's my best attempt at it. We'll have to do better.
We discussed yesterday, and I put this in, that it might be possible to be decided by the National Audit Office on a report by the Institute of Civil Engineers, which now has progressed to an amendment, possible amendment. In applying this bill, as it currently stands, we will be increasing the powers and influence of an unrepresentative body. My lords and lady, I respectfully ask that you reject this bill in its entirety, because in my opinion it is a piece of bad legislation that will only do harm to a small number of vulnerable members of our society. I feel a complete rethink is in order. There's no quid pro quo, my lord, in the bill as such, to provide any facilities, just the promise of considering a committee of users and hear their views on where facilities might be placed or positioned. But there's no teeth behind that. There's no requirement for the mid-level commissioners to fulfil what they've suggested. It's just merely, we think you should do this. Given they've had 10 years already to prepare this bill, or certainly 8 that I know of, this exercise could have been carried out, and could have actually been carried out between the two houses, the committees in the two houses. There was no need to wait for it to happen until after the bill is...
So if I ask you to refer you to clauses 13 and 14.
Let's say, for example, they said we would introduce facilities to a minimum standard as set out by the Inland Waterways Authority, for example. It would be precise. It would give us we would know what we were getting as a very minimum.
But we have heard, have we not, from the commissioners that that is their intent, to actually get standards to the level.
Should we put it in primary legislation then, my lord? So it's